replacement window types are popular in the market could mean to me a couple of things. It could mean what style or not manufacturer, but what manufactured material. So probably the most popular window material in the market is vinyl, because everybody thinks vinyl is the end all be all as far as, it's energy efficient, it's maintenance free, it's easy to clean. I would emphasize that it's a short-term product in that vinyl is going to warp and misshape and be affected by heat and gravity. And then you're going to have all kinds of issues with operation and sealing and seal failure and things like that, and limited warranties because there's so many exclusions and outs on it. But if they're talking about the style of the window, probably the two most popular styles of an operating window are either a double hung or a casement. And what dictates that, usually, not always, is the architecture of the home. So like if you go into a neighborhood and you have a colonial style house, almost always that's going to be double hungs because that's the style window that are put into a colonial style home. If you go into a home and it's a modern-esque style home, most often that's going to be casements in that, unabated glass with no horizontal divider like a double hung would have. And so you have, clear views and things like that. One is no more popular than the other. Efficiency-wise, they're so close in efficiency that it's negligible to say one's better than the other as far as efficiency. It's just the operation and the aesthetics. The casement, of course, is the crank-out style window. And when you say that to some people, it's going to have a horrible connotation because they've had cruddy casement windows where the hardware was very poor and didn't last, and it grinded up, and they couldn't close their window. I mean, you hear that throughout time. Our reps will go into people's homes and they say, "Do you want to do casements?" And the homeowner will be like, "Oh. No, you couldn't give me a casement. I had a house full of casements, and in the wind, you couldn't get the window to close. You had to go outside and push it closed." Well, that's because they had crappy hardware on an inexpensive casement. They didn't have a top-of-the-line Thermo King window that has a lifetime warranty on the hardware, labor, and material. And so, consequently, we're using a higher-grade material, so the hardware doesn't grade out. So a casement's a wonderful window in regards to how it operates and how it performs, efficiency, ventilation, and looks. But then there's just some people that are die-hard double-hung windows. The benefit of a double-hung window is both the top and the bottom tilt into the inside of the home for easy cleaning, whereas a casement, you actually have to remove the interior screen, but you can clean on our window, on our casement window, you can clean the outside from the inside of the home. It will actually crank open enough that you can reach both sides of the glass to clean it from the inside of the house. So, I mean, it's, six one way, half dozen the other type thing. It's just what they prefer. Volume-wise, we probably do more double-hung replacement than anything, and that's just simply because the age of the homes, the 90s and 2000s, a lot of homes were built with with double-hung windows, and so that's kind of the age generation that we're into right now. Casements were popular back in the 50s and 60s, and they're popular again now in the late 2000s. So we haven't got to quite as many of them as we do the double hungs. So double hung probably wins by a little bit, but in just a couple of years, the casement will be winning because builders went to building with casements again.